Hello and welcome to the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Sports Rundown, presented by Cooks and produced by River Street Productions. I'm Assistant Sports Editor Brandon Moree.
And I'm Sports Editor Zach Colburn.
And there was so much action in the Mountain Valley Athletic Conference last week that we don't have nearly enough time to go through it all, but we would like to take a minute to look at a few of those games. On Tuesday, the Wilkes Central Eagles hosted and swept the Allegheny Trojans in a soccer, softball, and baseball tripleheader. The girls' soccer team was playing their first home game of the season and quickly dispatched the Trojans 9-0, invoking the mercy rule at halftime. Sophomore Holly Swafford scored 4 goals for the Eagles and added an assist. Carson Anderson added 2 goals and an assist, and Sierra Masuko, Taylor Shue, Demarius Torres each found the net once on the afternoon. The Eagles are now 5-2-2 overall and lead the MVAC with a 3-0 conference record. Over on the softball field, the Eagles used a 15-run third inning to run away from the Trojans on their way to a 17-2 win. Wilkes Central sent 20 batters to the plate, recorded 9 hits, drew 6 walks, and took advantage of 6 Allegheny errors in the inning. All told, the half inning lasted nearly 40 minutes. Wilkes Central, which is now 4-5 on the year, has been much more dangerous at the plate in conference play, as 51 of its 63 runs have come in conference games. The baseball teams engaged in what was the tightest competition of the evening, as the Eagles ultimately walked off on the Trojans 5-4 in the 10th inning. Allegheny led 3-1 through the first 6 innings, but Wilkes Central scored a pair of runs in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game and force extras. Cruz Lowe scored on an Allegheny error, and then Skylar Brooks scored Ezra Baker on a sacrifice fly to tie the game. Allegheny took a 4-3 lead in the top of the 10th, but the Eagles responded with 3 straight singles in the bottom of the frame, and Baker came up with a base hit to plate the game-winning runs.
Also on Tuesday night, the East Wilkes softball team picked up a conference win as they took care of Starmount 6-1. Lauren Rakes was effective in the circle despite getting off to a shaky start and earned the win as she struck out 13 batters in the game. East Wilkes broke a 1-1 tie after 1 inning with a 4-run second that included RBIs from Grace Johnson, Marissa Burchett, and Rakes. Johnson and Anna Macemore, East's number 6 and number 7 hitters, led the way with 2 hits apiece. The Rams turned around and came back to Wilkes County again on Wednesday as they squared off with North Wilkes and Hayes. The Vikings improved to 6-9 overall and 3-3 in the conference as they dropped the Rams 7-2. In the circle, Kalen Blankenship allowed just 1 earned run on 8 hits but did not walk a batter in a complete game effort. Meanwhile, Starmount's pitching tandem of Kayla Vanoy and Kendra King allowed 10 walks in the contest, including 7 from King, who lasted just 2 1/3 innings. Lady Miles led the way at the plate for the Vikings as she went 2 for 4 and had an RBI triple.
The Mountain Valley Athletic Conference opened up the golf season on Tuesday at Oakwoods Country Club as West Wilkes and Wilkes Central hosted an 18-hole match. Each team in the conference must host a 9-hole match, and since the Blackhawks and Eagles share a home course, they elected to host their matches on the same day. So while the golfers played a single 18-hole round, they were actually competing in 2 separate meets. Wilkes Central had the best day overall as they tied with Allegheny for first place in one match and took first place outright in the other. Both Chandler Metz and Zach Caudle were even par on the day. West Wilkes edged North Wilkes as a team and were led by Andrew Cheek, who fired a 75 on the day, and Andrew Johnson, who shot an 83. The Vikings were led by Dylan Brown's 82, and the low cardinal on the day was Jace Norman, who came in with an 84. And just before we get out of here, I want to quickly roll through some of the other scores from last week. In softball, North Wilkes fell to Elkin 6-5, and Wilkes Central lost to East Surrey 5-3. In baseball, the Cardinals went 0-3 last week, including a doubleheader at Walkertown on Saturday. North Wilkes fell to Elkin and North Stokes in 10 innings. West Wilkes beat Ashe County 8-1 and then lost to Heritage 14-4 in the first game of their road trip to the beach. And in girls soccer, North Wilkes beat Elkin 2-0. All right, we'd like to take this time to remind you to be sure and stop by Cooks, the area's leader in sports equipment, for all of your baseball and softball needs. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, go ahead and like us on Facebook too. This has been the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Sports Rundown presented by Cooks. Thank you for watching.